All right, just a little bit more here on Beoga. So I'm going to go back to the main page of Beoga. So up here at the top, you'll notice there's kind of a directory. And when you want to go back to the main page, the landing page, what you do is you hit the Stats Summer 18 YB SMC. And again, you won't see this stuff up here, so that will appear when it's time, which is right near the final. And again, you will have started here. What do I do next? The syllabus is the same syllabus that's in Canvas. The forums, the online content, the online quizzes and midterms, etc. Those things are kind of the important things. Homework and indexes. Okay, so let's go take a look at the forums. So if I click on the forums, you're going to get a pop-up window for the forums. If you have pop-ups blocked, make sure you get that unblocked for this content. And you'll notice here in the non-content questions, this is where you should ask questions, just kind of general questions. So people frequently ask me about homework submissions. Homework is not required in this class, but it is highly recommended, and I'll show you where to find the homework problems and their solutions, by the way. And then people ask me about final notes as it gets closer to the time, and they ask me questions about final notes all over the place, but this is really the place that that you should be going to kind of get general questions answered. So this is where I've placed the answer about the final notes, and I'll show you where those actually are. So then I can go ahead and close this, and I'll still be right here at the original ones. And you should notice that there was a forum for every single chapter, for quizzes, midterms, and for the labs. The forum on labs, there is a lab question, and it is for that first lab that we're going to be doing starting next Wednesday. And that first lab is it is using Excel, and there's a link in that forum discussion to a video to help you with that first lab. So anyway, that's the forums, and then I've already shown you the online content, and here's an index. If you have a question, the first place that you should go to try to answer a question is the index. So somebody had just a couple of weeks ago in my other class that's going on, somebody had a question about binomial distribution. And they had a question about the mean and the standard deviation. And you notice that here in the index it says binomial distribution, mean, standard deviation. And the cool thing is when you click on these, what it does is it actually takes you to the interactive slides where this is being discussed. So you can see the whole slide this time. You can see that if I go ahead and I push the play button, it takes me through the interactive material. And every time it goes through, it's going through and telling me what to do, and then you see this is grayed out now, and then I would push the next key in order to get to the next thing. So that is one really nice thing about this index. Now if I go back up here again, remember that this is kind of my my file system here, and I come back to the Stats Summer YB SMC. You shouldn't have to ever go use your home key. I have a bunch of Beoga classes, kind of like I do with Canvas, so you know I have a home with different things in there, but you'll just have this one. So right now what we want to go and we want to look at the online quizzes, midterms, and labs. So take a look at this one. And so here what we have is the sample quiz 1, sample quiz 2, sample quiz 3, sample quiz 4, the sample midterm. These are all sample quizzes, and they are to help you to prep for the actual real ones. So about the Wednesday before the due date of your quizzes, which remember quizzes are due on Mondays at 6 a.m. in the morning Pacific time, and so the Wednesday before those due dates you should go ahead and take a look at the sample quizzes and try those out. And you can do those sample quizzes as many times as you want to do, and just try to find the information and ask questions in the forums so that you can get that done. And then there's the links to the actual quizzes and midterms, and then the links to the labs as well. All right, going back here, and we go down here, and let me just switch my role to student so that we don't see stuff that you're not going to see. I should have done that in the beginning. So here we go. This is all you're going to see. All that other stuff was all my stuff, and so here's the clearer picture. So the next thing that you're going to see here is you're going to see your due dates. So the first thing is the quizzes, and it opens tomorrow, and it's due Monday the 18th of June at 6 a.m. Quiz 2 opens tomorrow, quiz 3 opens tomorrow, quiz 4 opens tomorrow. All the quizzes are open from the first Wednesday of classes until their due dates. And then it has a reminder here from your calendar about the syllabus quiz and the welcomes. This over here is essentially a calendar. And then it tells you that the lab's due and reminds you about, are you looking for your proctor? The proctoring instructions, I really need to check these and make sure that this is the newest one, because I did update a couple of links. So it's better to get the proctoring instructions right out of Canvas, because I know for sure those are 100% updated. I'll try to get this one updated later on today to just make sure. And then the homework. Let's talk about the homework. So the homework is just paper homework. So there are questions on these. You click on these and it downloads it to your computer. So if I do this, actually it pops up. It used to download them. So now you see the questions here, and once those questions are up there, then you can go ahead and you can check yourself after answering them by going to Homework Solutions. And the homework solutions are also going to pop up with a little list, and you click on that, and again, here are the answers to your homework problems. The next thing that you want to know about is the flow charts and the tables. Now these flow charts and tables, these are all going to be available to you on your final. And right now, they're individual little links here within Beoga, but I have a file that contains all of them that you can download. And if you go look at that final notes question, you'll find those there. All right, and then calculator help sheets. I've linked these calculator help sheets into the some of the forum questions that I've done, but these are all a bunch of really cool explanations of how to use a TI calculator, and I've linked all of those in here. Some of them are for a little bit older version of calculators, so sometimes there's a little bit difference in what they're showing you because I don't have the most updated ones for the newest operating systems, but they should be a really big help to you in using your TI calculator. And that's about it. And once you're done with this, you can just go ahead and close that out. You can come back here, you can come to your home. Make sure that you really read your home page every at the beginning of every week at least. If you scroll down here, you'll also see some videos that I put in here that I created from the Triola book, and there's an announcement in the Triola announcement that I made about the textbook. And that Triola textbook is it's just if you really want a reference. You don't have to buy a textbook at all. You're buying the Beoga materials, and that's all you really need. Now these announcements, you also want to come here and take a look at these. You know, every once in a while just pop in and make sure there's not another announcement that you haven't seen. These should get emailed to you as well. But this will be valuable information. Try to remind you about things that are due. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming for you getting a whole bunch of email messages as I send out reminders about things and whatnot. But that's the only way I have to communicate with you, is to email you, to post announcements that also get emailed, to make comments on your assignments that also usually get emailed. So just remember, this is my communication, so it's really important that you read things, because that's how we're going to communicate, because we're not going to see each other until that day of that final. Now, if you are not local, please make sure that you read the proctoring instructions and you find a proctor as soon as possible. So the proctoring instructions right here, and filling out the proctoring form link here. these things are the things that you need. All right, I hope that helps and that you are ready to begin your online learning experience. Look forward to seeing you in Canvas and in Beoga here soon.